Welcome, millionaires, billionaires, and future trillionaires. As always, I am to bring truth, knowledge, and wisdom to assist you and your journey to crypto. Guys, Bitcoin took a little tumble last night, and everyone was freaking out. And Bitcoin barely moved. If you look at things on a larger time frame, the daily, the 8 hour, the 12 hour, things barely move. It's when people are day trading and looking at things on like the 15 minutes, the 10 minute, and the lower time frame, and then they get confused as to what is happening. But these movements are new to everyone, so most people don't understand what's happening, why Bitcoin is moving like this, or the entire market is moving like this. Um, and this is what um, made me to believe that most people have no idea about the crypto market. I've drawn my conclusion and I'm sticking to it for the present time. Over 90% of people have no clue in the markets, guys, in the crypto market. They have no idea. But the thing is, in order for you to understand something truly, you have to study it. But I know majority of people don't study crypto. They just look for coins they think that's gonna moon, and they start buying. But for you to truly understand something, guys, you need to study it. And if you're not spending all of your time studying something, you're not gonna understand it as you should. So, and this is why there's different professions in the world. If you just focus on just one thing, and that one thing, you will know all you need to know about it. And this is what I've done. Just focus solely on crypto because I know it's the future. So most people, they'll choose a profession, they'll choose something they want to study, and they just stick to it. But if you don't stick to it and you start putting your time to different things, then it's going to be difficult for you to just understand that one particular subject. So, and I've come to the conclusion, most people, it's not that it's just everyone have no clue, guys. Just like the movie The Big Shorts, guys. The banks, institutions, retail, they have no clue as to what's happening, guys. No clue. So that gives me a big advantage as well, and our community as well, is because the more knowledge we have about something, the more we're able to make more money in it because we understand it. So this is what's happening here. And this is why I keep saying I'm a billionaire. But the thing is, billionaire doesn't it's not because you have money that makes you a billionaire. You have to become a billionaire first mentally. Even without the money, even if you can't touch, feel the money, you can still be a millionaire. You can still be a billionaire. It's all about mentality and the person you've become. It's best to become a billionaire rather than to get $1 billion. If someone just hands you $1 million and you haven't become a millionaire, it's going to be very difficult for you to keep that money because you don't have the right mentality. You are not the right person to hold that money to continue to grow it. So if you haven't become a millionaire, then someone can just give you $1 million. You can just make $1 million in the market, but it's going to be very difficult for you to keep that money because you haven't become a millionaire yet. So, and this is why I always say to have an investor mindset, because it will frame your mind to start thinking like a millionaire, like a billionaire. Start carrying yourself like a millionaire, like a billionaire. But unfortunately, people won't listen to this information until they actually see the person with $1 million, with $1 billion, because people want to see things before they believe it. But they're doing it backward. So you need to be a millionaire, be a billionaire before the money arrives. So it's similar to the best analogy I can give you is Okay, you're about to cook a nice meal, right? Okay, and you've already prepared the dish in your mind. You know what you're about to cook, and right before you prepare the dish, there's nothing to cook the food on. There's no stove, there's no oven. So you have all these ingredients you can't make a meal out of. So it's the same thing as being a millionaire or being a billionaire. You have all of this information, all of this knowledge. If you don't apply the information, you don't apply the knowledge, you will never arrive at a millionaire or a billionaire. And it's when you apply the knowledge and you have gained wisdom. If you don't apply the knowledge, you just have random information in your mind. You won't have the wisdom until you have the experience. But in order for you to have the experience, you need to apply the information and the knowledge. And then once you apply the knowledge and in the information, that's when you become the person. If you just read a book on how to become a millionaire, you don't apply the information in the book. You just know how to become a millionaire, but you are not a millionaire. There's a big difference between being and having. So if you have $1 million, it doesn't necessarily mean you're a millionaire, which means you're going to lose it very, very rapidly. But if you become a millionaire, you can make $1 million today, lose it today, and make it right back the next day because you've become that person. And it gets deeper than that too. Even without your effort, you just give up, randomly give up. And by law of attraction, because you are a millionaire, you will attract another $1 million randomly without no efforts, because you've become that person to attract that $1 million because you're vibrating at the same frequency of that $1 million. So that's why I say strive to have the right mentality, strive to have the right mindset, which is an investor mindset, a millionaire and a billionaire mindset. Your thinking is different. I've watched myself, my thinking has changed, the way I operate changed, the way I carry myself changed, the way I see the world has changed. My thinking, overall thinking has changed, guys. So now I have become the billionaire. So even without seeing the physical money, seeing the physical cash, it doesn't matter. All I have to do is continue to do what I plan out to do, continue to have the right mindset. And the thing is, the money is the byproduct of who you have become. So I could have made the $1 billion in other areas of life. It didn't have to be crypto, but crypto is the byproduct of how I will see and physically touch the $1 billion, guys. Because I could have made it in stock as well, but the timing wasn't right. But the universe knows best, guys. Like I said, all you have to do is continue to believe in yourself. Even, obviously, most people can't even believe in themselves, so I wouldn't expect them to believe in you. All you have to do is believe in yourself. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. Everything is just noise. As long as you believe in yourself, believe in your goals, your where you're going, you will eventually get there if you don't give up. But even if people are thinking negative about you, about your goal, this is why you should keep most of your goals and your plans to yourself. Because as soon as you start saying your plans out to others, you start telling people your plans, then they start thinking negatively about your plan, and then it becomes an obstacle for you to cross. Then there's resistance because that person is thinking negatively. And when that person is thinking negatively about your goal, it's going to be very difficult for it to come true. So this is why most of the goals, most of my plans, I keep to myself, because I don't say it to anyone. Because as soon as I say it to anyone, people can't think as big as I'm thinking. So obviously they will instantly reject that idea. So then it will start thinking negatively. Then I'm going to have to work harder and more harder to make that goal come true, because we think on a collective consciousness level. So that's why I don't recommend sharing your big goals until it's become a reality. Like I said, People can start thinking negatively, but your positive thinking will override the negativity. But it was gonna make it difficult for you, as if um, when they are thinking negatively. So it's best not to say your goal out to others, not to tell others your goals, your plans. Then you're just gonna make it more difficult for you to achieve that goal. But at the end of the day, it's all about you and your goals, perseverance, and how you think about yourself, how you think about your goals. It's all about you. It's all about your mind and your goal. So um, as long as you keep thinking positive, you know you have strong faith that you will arrive to your destination. You will accomplish your goal. Nothing else matters, guys. Nothing else. Most people are not going to believe in you, guys. They can say they're going to believe in you. They can say they believe in you. At the end of the day, guys, they don't believe in you. Most people are selfish creatures. It's just humans' nature to preserve the self. Obviously, they're going to be selfish, but obviously, there is a right amount of selfishness that is needed for you to accomplish your life's goal. Because oftentimes people will call you, message you, trying to take your time from you. Sometimes you just have to restrict that. You just have to just disconnect for a while, which is what I've done. Just disconnect for a little bit, and then focus on you, focus on your goal. Now you are not only selfish about yourself, you're selfish about helping others, about accomplishing your goal. So you can't be distracted, especially at these moments, guys, when we're about to become the world's wealthiest people in crypto. So now is your time. You should be focusing on yourself, focusing on your goals, focusing on your community. You will need a community in the crypto space if you are new, guys. That's why I say find a good community. Most of the communities are in the Telegram, guys. There's some on Twitter, there's some on Instagram, but mostly it's on X and Telegram, but mostly on Telegram. So that's why I say, guys, we have the biggest opportunity here to become the wealthiest people in our existence, in our reality, in our history, because the rest of people have no clue, guys. If you haven't seen the movie The Big Short, I recommend watching that movie, guys. It's a perfect example of what is happening now, guys. Everyone have no idea. I wouldn't say everyone, only for a selected few, a handful of people that actually understand, knows, and see what is going on. Those are the people that's where the wealth is gonna flow to, because they are prepared and the opportunity is gonna present itself to them, and they're just gonna take it. So that's why majority of the wealth is gonna flow from the masses to another 1% again. Like I said, you could, no matter how you do it, you can hit the reset as many times as you want to, and distribute the wealth evenly. The wealth is gonna flow right back to the 1%. So you can't blame the 1% for having the 1%. They've become that person to attract that. So in order for you to become the 1%, you have to be able to attract it. So you have to become the person, become the billionaire, become the millionaire to attract that money to you. You don't have to wait until you see the money to believe. You have to believe first. If you're waiting for the money to believe you are a millionaire, you are a billionaire, then you're doing it backward, and the money may never come, the money may never arrive. You have to start believe you deserve it. You have to start to believe it's yours. You deserve it, and prepare for it, and then you will just watch it comes and flow to you. So until the next time, guys, if you are new and passing through, you can join the community. The link is in the description below, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.